Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now back to throw. This one caught by Kittle. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Rose. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Off the play fake. Rose. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Off play action. Rose. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Panthers had 0-3 here to begin the campaign, and you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Off the play fake. Rose. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Off play action. Rose. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, He's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on third down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. This is Swift on the counter. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Forced out to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Off the play fake. Rose. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Off play action. Rose.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. At the 45-yard line. Second and 3.
He'll find Bateman once more.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd down. Rose. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Rose escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On first down, Rose looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They go play action here on first down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Swift.
They find some open field here.
And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 106 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime, Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Rose.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing on first down. Rose. He finds his man. Complete. It's Hughes. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On 1st and 10. Rose.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They'll look to throw again.
Finds Hines again for the completion. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Operating from the gun. Rose. Touchdown.
On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and 11. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Evades the tackler, and now some space.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
Nice move at the 40. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play brings us 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Rose. On the move to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Rose. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Goodson. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Panthers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Tyler Goodson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The ball comes out. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Swift. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. I'm surprised with a lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's a handoff to Swift. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
You see, it's 2 type of people.